Hi there, this is Chris, Chapman Cap Motor Legends. Today I'm going to be talking about a slightly rare beast. It's a long-cuffed, unlined summer glove aimed very much at the road rider. It's from the French brand 5 and it's called the Urban Glove. The Urban is a long-cuffed summer glove aimed very much at the road rider. It's the kind of glove that frankly we spent many years telling people they would never find. In the summer you want to wear a glove without a membrane obviously. Might be a leather glove or a textile glove. Such gloves are going to be very easy and comfortable to wear. It's going to provide lots of feel on the controls. In hot weather these gloves are going to allow the skin to breathe to keep the rider cool. Of course they're not going to provide much by way of insulation, so they won't be very good when the weather's cold, and because there's no membrane they're going to be absolutely useless in the rain. Nevertheless, every biker is going to want a pair of summer gloves in their lives at some point. Now, not infrequently we would get somebody in the shop asking for a summer glove with a long cuff, and so we'd point out that really such gloves didn't really exist in what we would call the road riding world, and that's because most summer gloves have a short cuff to allow air to come up the sleeves of your jacket. The long cuff is more normally associated with a waterproof glove where obviously you would tuck the wrist of the glove inside the sleeve of the jacket to prevent rain running down the sleeve into the fingers. Now, what I've said about long cuffed summer gloves is by and large the case, but those who have come off sports bikes have been used to riding in leathers where you'd have a long cuffed glove without a membrane that would go over the top of the sleeve of your one-piece race leathers or two-piece race leathers. And so even though this was always about riding on the track, those who rode sports bikes on the road would emulate racers by wearing a long cuffed glove on the road. Of course, it was never particularly nice wearing a glove like that in the rain or the cold, but wearing gloves in this way was just what sports riders did. So occasionally you got your hands wet, occasionally you got your hands cold, but the important thing was you still looked like a MotoGP rider. Now, as these guys have moved away from sports bikes towards upright bikes, they have sometimes found it difficult to develop new ways of wearing their gear. Some will still want to, for example, wear their leather trousers inside a pair of boots, and some will still want to wear the cuff of a glove over the sleeve of a jacket. But a heavily armoured racing glove just does not look right on a sports bike. And so these guys often go out looking for a long cuffed, unlined summer glove that works on the street. And in truth, such gloves, as I've already intimated, have been hard to find. But if that's what you're looking for, an unlined summer glove with a long cuff, then the Urban might just fit the bill. Regardless of the length of the cuff, the Urban is a really nice glove to wear. It has a chassis that's made from full-grain goat skin, some panels of which, particularly those on the back of the hand, are perforated. That it has a longer cuff is not in question, although the opening is not as wide as you'd find on a pure race glove. So it's going to work on some jackets if you want to wear it outside the sleeve, but it won't work on all of them. But by the same token, the cuff is not so flared and wide that you couldn't wear this inside of the sleeve of a jacket if that's what you wanted to do. Has to be said that the Urban is not the world's most protective glove. Summer gloves rarely are. But you've got things like this foam pad on the outside of the wrist. You've got a plastic palm slider. Beneath the leather on the knuckle, you've got a hard TPR knuckle protector. That's backed with a foam pad to absorb the energy of an impact. Comfort, I suppose, is what the Urban is all about. Clearly, the goatskin chassis has a role to play in that, but the extra comfort comes from things like these concertina panels on the fingers, but also there's stretch material in between the fingers. At the wrist, you've got another piece of concertina stretch, and you've got this flap, this strap with Velcro to attach it tight around the wrist. The index finger on both hands is touchscreen sensitive. Now, on one level, this is a very simple glove, but it's beautifully soft and comfortable to wear. And if you're looking for a summer glove with a long cuff, the Urban may be for you. It's not, I would suggest, the glove that you want to be wearing if you're going to cross the Sahara, or, for example, if you're working your nuts off-road. But if you want the highest levels of feel on the controls in warm but not super hot weather, the 5 Urban may have your name on it. If you'd like to see more 5 gloves, more summer gloves, more unlined gloves, or just more gloves, visit motorlegends.com. If you'd like to learn more about the Urban in particular, then if you click on one of the links on the screen, sometimes they're up there, sometimes they're down there, that will take you directly to the relevant page on the website. When you're there, you can check out the spec in a little bit more detail, you can check on availability, and if you want to buy the gloves there and then, obviously you can. Now, when you buy from us, we try to make the process simple, straightforward, and risk-free as we possibly can. There's no delivery charge on any item or protected wear that you buy from us. Returns are totally free, and what's more, we give you a full 12 months in which to decide whether you do want to return something to us. We have the best price promise in the business. Now, John Lewis was rightly famed for his never knowingly undersold price promise. We go one stage better. If you can find anybody selling anything that we sell at a price that is lower than ours, we will beat that competitor's price by a full 10%. Now, there are a few terms and conditions associated with what we call our price beat. Nothing too onerous, I can promise you. But if you are going to attempt to price beat us, I suggest you visit the website and check out what those terms and conditions are. If in the future you'd like to see bulletins from us about new product launches, if you go to the website, at the top of every page there's a piece of script that says newsletter sign up. Click on there, within seconds you'll be in business. In future, you'll receive our email bulletins. If, however, you would prefer to get your information videographically, that is to say in this form, we would be simply delighted if you wanted to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you can do that by clicking on the button below. Finally, I'd like to make mention of our fabulous little shop here at Moto Legends. We are based about a mile from the centre of Guildford, a mile from the railway station. And as I've suggested, the shop is small, it's got a small footprint, but it's attached to our warehouse where we've got more than £4 million worth of gear arranged over 3 floors. And technically that makes this the second largest motorcycle apparel shop in the UK. But we think that we are far more than just the amount of merchandise we have here in the building. We are all about service, we're all about personal fitting. If you want to check us out, visit Trustpilot. We have the highest 5-star ranking in the business. When you come to see us, we'll serve you only the finest Italian coffee, or we'll serve you proper Yorkshire tea in a proper teapot. And if you're lucky, you might even get to sample one of our delicious motorcycle-shaped shortbread biscuits. Thanks a lot. This has been Chris.